to do this live video, okay? Remember when it was winter and you was saying, you was giving excuses like you couldn't show up because it was too cold, and now it's gonna be summer. And some of you guys, you still are using that same excuse, oh, the weather, I can't show up because of the weather. I can't show up because of the circumstances that's going on in my life. I can't show up because of this. I can't show up because of that. But when do you plan on showing up? Okay, that's the question. When do you plan on showing up? When do you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to show up now because I deserve it. I deserve to win, and I'm going to show up now. I don't care what the numbers are looking like. I don't care what life is giving me. I am still going to show up. Why? Because I deserve it. Why? Because my children deserve it. If you have children, because of my family deserve it. I was going through on my videos, and I had seen that we are almost, yes, I did say we, honey. You and me, child. We are almost at 10,000 subs, okay? This is the purpose of you showing up. When you continuously show up, you have to understand that your life is going to keep getting better. It's going to keep getting better. You know why? Because you decided to show up. You decided to believe in yourself. You decided no matter what adversity life may be giving you, you said, you know what, I'm still going to show up. And it feels so good because, just to look at my life and see like, dang, I put in the work and every single day I showed up, and you get to reap the reward. It's so many people who say, I want my life to change. And this is an inspiration video. I want you to understand your life can change. Your life, it will change. But you have to be willing to make the change. Life is not finna give you something different just because you cried a little or because you prayed. That's not how it works. Life is not going to give you something different just because of those things. Because there's so many people that's doing it. You can look all around you, honey. So many people that's doing the same exact thing. They crying, they praying, they begging. And they ain't doing nothing different. Some even read in the books. Okay, speaking of books, Prosperity Bible. All right. Some is even read in a book. But guess what? Their lives still don't change. It's because they don't. Self-image. It plays a major role if you want your life to change. If you want your life to change, you are going to work on your self-image. Now, your self-image is how you see yourself. It feels so good. I am so grateful and thankful. Oh my goodness. Thank God that I am able to wake up each and every day and do exactly what it is that I love and get paid. Oh, honey, you don't know the feeling if you ain't doing it. Okay? If you're not doing this, you don't know the feeling. This feeling, I'm trying to think of a better feeling. This feeling, it feels so good. When you wake up and you are actually doing the thing that you enjoy to do and get paid for it, it feels so good. It feels tremendously good. Okay? But it was days where as though, I was showing up, putting the content out, and to these eyes, it seemed like nothing was moving. To these eyes, it seemed like, I wasn't progressing. But that was to these eyes. See, we don't use these eyes. We use our mindset. What is it that you want for your life? What are you planning to give up? Are you planning to sacrifice anything? You have to be willing to sacrifice because you've been doing the same exact thing for so many years, and you actually believe and convinced that your life is about to change. It's not. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. And there's a calling. What's so crazy? That there's a calling on your life. that there's a calling on your life. There's something in you right now that you absolutely love to do, but you keep making a settlement with life. You keep on making a settlement with life. You know, and it's warm out. It's so beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. Absolutely gorgeous. And just to think, all the time that I put in here, all the days that I showed up, all the times that I kept going, all the books that I read and kept applying to my life, all those things, all the times I listened to personal development and kept on showing up. And then I get to reap it. I get to enjoy the harvest that I planted. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about life. Because you have the ability to enjoy your life, but you so concerned and worried about what the next person think and what the next person is doing. You so concerned and busy, worried about what the next person is thinking of you and what the next person is doing. And meanwhile, they ain't paying your bills. They ain't paying. Some of you guys, you may want to start content, but you keep making all these excuses. Oh, I ain't got time. Make time. Make time. I told you guys, you know, I remember listening to Aaron Dowdy, who is a YouTuber, and he have over 1 million and something subs. But you gotta be mine. You gotta be mindful of the words that you use, in my love. Bacon, you gotta be mindful of the words that you using. As long as you say your chronic illness or your chronic pain is gonna keep on being that way. It's gonna keep being that way. Whenever you speak things over your life and you say this is what it is, and it may and you may be really experiencing it, but the more you keep on saying it and speaking it, the longer it's going to prevail. The more it's going to keep on being that way. That's right, law of attraction. You attract exactly what you give your time and energy to. That vibration that you're on, you are attracting exactly what it is. So imagine, right? So I've been doing content since okay, so I mean, if there's everything that we tend to say, we are right because that's what we believe. Remember this, a belief system is not a belief system is as truthful as you believe it. If you believe it, that's what shall be. Is somebody, I'm quite sure, that experienced the same exact thing and they may not be going through that right now. But suppose you know what I'm saying, family. Okay, now I'm the energy is really coming through me now. Now suppose I've been doing this content since 2018, right? Now suppose if I say, oh, you know what, I'm not gonna show up. I only have one person watching me. I'm not earning too much of anything. Suppose that. You said, why would you lie to the world? Well, in the Bible, doesn't it says the weak man shall say, I am strong? So suppose if I would have said, you know what, I ain't showing, I'm just not gonna show up. I don't see nothing moving. I don't see nothing shaky. Okay? I don't see anything going my way. Suppose if I said that, okay? Then my life it wouldn't have transformed the way it has transformed. Now I'm being paid on TikTok. Okay? So what I'm saying, and I'm monetized on YouTube. What I'm saying is this: you have the ability to change your life through your perception. Remember, there's no such thing as reality. Everything is perception. There's no reality. You know, some people get so bent out of shape. Oh, the reality is what you make it. The reality is what you make it. As a Man Thinketh, okay, by James Allen. You need to go get this book, Prosperity Bible. You need to go get it. All right. Now this book is many more pages where that came from. Okay, but you need to go and get this book because you know. But if you ain't gonna read the book, just don't go get it. Just don't even waste your money. Don't waste your money nor your time. If you're not gonna read it, just don't waste your money nor your time because it ain't gonna do nothing for you. Or if you don't plan on doing, what the book suggests, just don't go get it. Just don't go get it. Some people, they love to stay exactly where they are. And when you come and tell somebody like, oh, if you do this, your situation could improve, they don't want to do it. You know why? Because they so attached to the pain and the suffering as if they are getting a reward for it. Somebody feeling sorry for you, you mean to tell me that's more important than your life changing? I don't understand it. Somebody feeling sorry for you, is that really more important than your life changing? If you like what's showing up in your life, is I'm not religious. I'm not a part of religion. But so focus on it. Focus on it. Focus on your job. You got a good job. You got a kid. You know how many people will want let me tell you something. You probably feel like you going through all of this and that. Challenges is coming up. It's people that look at your life and want your life. You gotta focus on the good in your life. Be grateful for that. Because the more you are grateful for that, the more good is going to come in your life. Remember, where attention goes, energy grows. So when you're giving all these things your attention and you just saying, but it's the truth, it's the truth. It's the truth for you. It's the truth for you. That's your reality. That's your perception. So let's get back to this good old day. It's a gorgeous day. It's absolutely beautiful out. Okay. Just to be thinking that I'm earning money from just picking up my phone. I mean, it just blows my mind every time. Okay. It really, really blows my mind every time to earn money just for making videos. You got to see how much you really want it. You got to really, really see how much you want it. Let me share this with you guys, okay? I remember last year it was, right? Me and my youngest son, Javon, we was walking. We was like over here. This is Union City, okay? Burger Line I'm on in Jersey City. Well, I'm Union City. And I remember, and this was before I started doing the Dollar Tree whores, okay? If you don't know what to do in order for you to earn more money, one of the things you have to do is listen to your intuition. You have to also understand that money is an idea. Okay, you earn money from ideas. You earn money from creating solutions to people problems. Okay, now last year I remember me and my youngest son Javon, right? Over there is where you catch the train, the light rail. And I remember this one particular day, it was around the same time. We had caught the light rail. And or was it like in April? Probably April or late. No, it had to be before April. But anywho, we had caught the light rail up here, right? The train. And I remember we had walked and walked and walked. And at this time, I wasn't monetized or anything like that. You know, it's so funny what a year could like a year in time, like the difference. Your life can change drastically, like in a year's time or even 6 months time. But you have to really be willing to show up. And I remember we walked over here and only thing I seen for myself was for me to be monetized, for me to start earning money, for me to give my children a lifestyle that I only would have imagined. And that's what I wanted. And no matter what, see, sometimes in life, you gonna have to do some things and have to go some places that old version of you, that ego is going to tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Just be comfortable. Just be lazy. Just keep on doing the same exact thing. And it's a part of you, the real you is telling you, no, start the video. No, open up the business. Okay? It's telling you all these things, but you so caught up on the ego and listening to the ego that you won't even get started. You won't even get started. You just look at your life like you have to stay there. And you really don't have to stay there. I let me tell you guys something, okay? You guys got time? Let me tell you this. I'm gonna walk this strip. I remember when I used to be working for someone else, right? And although I didn't want to work that job no more, I remember I wanted to get fired. I wanted them to fire me because that way I could receive unemployment. And I remember it was times where as though I wanted to quit the job so bad, but I was so darn scared. Okay, honey, how many of you guys, you've been in a job, you absolutely hated the job, but you were scared to quit, right? You were scared to quit. Although you hate the job, you just scared to quit because you say this is the only way you are able to earn money, right? Which is a bold-faced lie. It's not true. And I remember it was this one job I was working on, right? It was a hardware job. And I remember I would go to the job, right? I started dating one of the guys at the job. And one of the things, me and the guys started having issues and stuff like that at the job. And I could not wait until I left that job. I could not wait. Okay. And while I was on the job, it was a part of me knew that I deserved better. Even if you grew up in a hood, if you grew up in the projects, all right, if you grew up in poverty, it's a part of you that you have this innate feeling that you deserve more, that you didn't come here to live like that you came here to live better. That's why you like the fanciest items. That's why you want more, because there's something in you that wants more than what you've been exposed to. You just want more. So I remember, I'm working at this job, this hardware store, and I couldn't wait until they fired me. Okay. And while I was working there, and I could have quit at any given time. I'm on Section 8. I could have quit any time. But I always wanted my children to have more and to have better, right? And so, oh, child, let me tell you something. When you are so close to success, I need you to get this. I need you to get this and understand this, what I'm about to tell you. Okay, you need to understand this. When you are so close, when you are so close to success, right? Like this close, what you're going to realize is this. You're going to start facing adversity. Okay, it even talks about this in Napoleon Hill book, Think and Grow Rich, which is part of this book. Okay, when you are so close and near to success, you have to understand all types of issues going to arise. All types of things is going to come up. Everything that seems like it can go wrong, honey, is going to show up. Okay? But I want you to understand, I was looking for that part by Napoleon Hill. I couldn't find it. But everything is going to occur. Oh, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to bring my children up here to get something to eat. When I get paid, we going to go out to eat. But listen, everything in your life that can go wrong is going to appear wrong. But you got to keep on going. You have to understand that you are bigger. You are bigger than that trial, that tribulation. You are bigger than those challenges, bigger than that adversity. You have to understand it. Okay? Now, if you believe that your challenges are bigger than you, guess what? They are. They are bigger than you. Because that's exactly what you said. You said that they was bigger, so they bigger. You better start understanding that you are bigger than that. You better also understand that God is working through you. All right? And so when I got fired from that job, oh gosh, it was the most rewarding feeling ever. But before I got fired, it was all types of stuff showing up, all types of adversity that was showed up in my life, everything, you know. And at that time, I remember I had goals. I had goals for me to graduate college, okay? For me to take, I would catch that bus, but now I'm not gonna catch that because I wanted to go to Inglewood. So everything that could have gone wrong, honey, it appeared that it did go wrong, okay? All these different things went, was going left, okay? And I had goals, remember? So at this particular time, Section 8, they had this program where as though if you have goals, right, they would double, almost like a 401k, so to speak, right? The amount of rent that you was paying, they would match that. So here I am, I'm working at this job, and the money that I was earning from this job, of course, my rent, it went up, right? The rent went up. And at the end, okay, this is why I say, don't you dare quit. Honey, don't quit when it's finna get good. I know you ain't finna quit and it's about to get good. Okay? Like, I know you're not about to quit and it's about to get good. Yes. Unbearable is an understatement. So I'm working, right? Then I got fired. And then after that, this amazing thing happened. After the adversity, the trials and tribulations, honey, I received $10,500 from me having goals. Okay? From me having goals. So when I tell you guys that this works, I was gonna get the bus, but I ain't gonna get the bus because I'm too busy talking to you good folks, okay? And I don't have, I'm gonna go home after this. I already did my Dollar Tree haul. But don't you dare quit when it's about to get good, honey. You done endured the pain. You better make your pain pay you. Let me say that again, because honey, you just not getting it. You done endured the pain. Make your pain pay you. You done been through suffering and stuff like that. I know you not finna quit. Okay? Don't you dare look at your life and just say, you know what? Well, I'm just gonna throw in the towel. Why? Why would you throw in the towel when it's finna get real good? Okay. Okay. Well, honey, I'm just trying to figure that part out. Why are you finna throw in the towel when it's finna get real good and juicy? Okay? And you up there saying, oh, well, I don't see it for, see, that's the problem. You keep saying you don't see it. That's why you don't see it. Because what you keep on saying, oh, you don't see it. You need to see it. Stop going based upon these eyes right here. These eyes are very limited. They can only see but so much. You ought to be going based upon your mindset. So, now after that job, honey, I brought let me tell you, money just started flowing in from all over, okay? Money just started coming to me so quick. And I brought my own car with cash. Okay, I went to this dealership. I had a Toyota Camry. All right, I think it was a '08. And this was what? I want to say 20, what was it? 20, because I started working at that job in 14. So I brought that car probably in 2013. Okay? But it was mine, paid for it out of pocket. And everything in my life, it seemed like it was just chaotic, right? But don't you understand, from chaos comes order? Ooh, child. You don't understand it. From chaos comes order. When things in your life appear to be, oh my goodness, I just, honey, let me tell you, you on your way. Something big, magical, great is finna show up in your life. When you are going through some stuff, something magical is about to show up in your life. Something magical, I can assure you, something big is finna go on in your life. And it talks about it in all the books. The books, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shen. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay. What other book? Oh, what's the name of it? The 11 Forgotten Laws. It talks about it in these books. When things in your life appear to be going so left, you gotta know. See, and this is the reason why you should study. Because if you study and you know this. If you study, you understand this. You understand. Look how gorgeous it is. But imagine if I only showed up when it was like this. Honey, I was showing up when it was like 19 degrees. Oh, yes. I was showing up when it was in the negatives. I was showing up. And this is the reason why, some people are successful and some aren't. Because, see, your issue is you want success to be convenient. You say, oh, I want success. I'm going to do it when it get nice and warm. I'm going to do it, not disciplined. I'm going to do it when only things appear to be going good in my life. Not disciplined. Yes, Global. Come with it. Okay? And I also think because, we tend to get attached to things. And then when you get so attached, it's almost like you forgot. You know, like you forgot. You know, and when you detach yourself from stuff, that's when things just start coming. Because you're not attached to it. You like, I'm good either way. I'm good if it come, I'm good if it don't come, but either way I'm good. It feels so gorgeous out. Oh gosh, it feels so good. And this is what I visioned, you know? This is what I visioned. Me and my children. Me and my children. Being able to go to some nice places, you know? What is it? Eating some good, delicious food. And all of this is your birthright. All of this is your birthright. Okay? To enjoy life. You here to enjoy it, not to suffer. You know? Pain is inevitable though. Suffering, honey, that's a choice. Suffering, you keep on doing the same thing, hoping and looking for something new and different to occur. But you gotta enjoy your life. And to the one that's in the house right now, cooped up because you're afraid to come out, worried about what the next person gonna think of you, honey, you better go on and enjoy your life. You better enjoy your life. Because you ain't here for a whole lot of time. Although energy don't die, but you get what I'm saying, hopefully. But it's so gorgeous. Well, I'm gonna check out that poem. It's called F. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, but it's, you know, it's so. Listen, when I tell you, only if you guys knew. It was many days I used to go in a bathroom and I used to say, I know I'm not here for this. Like, I know I am here for so much more. I know I was not created to work and just pay some bills. I know I was not created to work on somebody else's job and just pay bills. Like, I had this feeling, y'all. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. You know, I had this feeling that I came here for so much more. I had this feeling that, and then it was this feeling of me separation. And separation is the greatest illusion. But I felt by myself, you know why? Even though I had people around me, but I still felt by myself because everything was based upon me being a go-getter, right? Me being a go-getter. Everything, oh, the shoes and the bags and the perfume and the clothes, everything was based upon it. And once I started understanding my purpose, right? Once I started understanding that I did come here for something different. I came here for something so much better. It felt so good. And that's why so many days, you know, I would still continue to show up because it's a purpose, it's a passion. See, when you are rocking out to your purpose and passion, nobody has to motivate you. Let me say that again. When you are rocking out to your purpose and your passion, nobody has to motivate you. You get what I'm saying? No, nobody has to make you do it. You are eager to do it because it's something that is born within you. And the reason is, it's something, and you guys, some of you guys, you just won't show up. You won't be obedient. You just won't listen. You just won't listen. Because you know why? Because you're too busy listening to your family. That's why. You're too busy listening to your family. Your family members, they telling you, oh, stay at their job, make a settlement, and you just listen to them. Meanwhile, you see how their lives turned out, but you don't pay attention to that. You don't observe that. You don't clock that. You don't clock that, T. Okay? You listen, you just listen to what they say. And I always go back to this. But what did God say? You get what I'm saying? What did God say? Oh, that's good. That's your perception, boo. Honey, that's your perception, my love. Okay? So you know, you gotta listen to what God said. What did God say? Okay? What did God say? You out here living your life. Cameron, could you keep commenting? Could you write some more stuff, please? Okay, set the algorithm off, Cameron. Tell us about your fancy attorney husband. Tell us, okay? I mean, we don't really give a damn, but tell us, because you know what? You're gonna set the algorithm off, and the more people come on here, you know what? The more I get paid. Come on, child. Set it off, honey. Set it off. Be a good little girl. Be a good little girl and keep on writing, Cameron. Cameron, you got off? Cameron! Cameron, let me know if you still on here. I hope you ain't get off, Cameron. Because you doing me a favor, honey. And that's another thing. Some of you guys, you know, you get so caught up on what other people say. You know, you don't understand. And I'm not gonna say my haters, okay, because they just people, right? Living based upon this belief system that they get, that was given to them. But they your cheerleaders. Yes, they your cheerleaders. You know, if it's not for them, let me tell you, if you just say, oh, I'm just going to enjoy just the good, honey, law of opposites. It's not just good. Honey, it's good and bad. You got to know how to endure both. You can't just be saying, oh, well, I'm just going to enjoy just the positive. If it ain't for the darn negative, honey, you can't enjoy the positive. If it's not for the winter, how you gonna enjoy the summer? If it's not for you working at that lousy job and earning a certain amount, how would you fix your mind and say, you know what, I deserve to earn more than this? How would you be able to fix your mind and say that? How would you be able to have it fixed in your mind and say, I deserve more than this? How? Damn it, Cameron, I'm 5. Shoot. All right. So you gotta keep on. You gotta keep on going. You gotta keep on going. I remember when I was a little girl, I used to go to my aunt and I would be crying. My aunt who had custody of me. I was so concerned about what other people said. And I remember I was crying. What time is it? I was 11. And I went to my aunt and I said, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna get this bus so I could go to Inglewood Cliffs. I remember I would be crying and I would tell my aunt, I said, you know, people talking about me. You know what my aunt would always say to me? She said, they talked about Jesus Christ. You think they ain't gonna talk about you? Okay? Although she said that, I mean, that didn't really do too much. I still would tell her again, you know, the next time somebody talked about me. But it's the same as that. It's true. People gonna talk. And they don't even know you, but they gonna talk. You think they talking about you because of you. That's not why people talking about you because how they see themselves. And the moment you understand it, the moment your life will be so much better. So much better. With that being said, family, I got to go. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.